How to say hello in the Chekewa language spoken in Malawi in Africa. Welcome to Little Star Cafe, facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Thursday, August 3rd, 2017, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. Prince Philip, the 96-year-old husband of Queen Elizabeth II, and also the Duke of Edinburgh, will retire after 65 years of thousands of public appearances and from his role as Captain General of the Commando Force. As a public leader, he was always making public appearances to glorify the English monarchy. No matter how prized democracies are, with leaders we elect, people always love to associate with kings and queens, no? Maybe because they take us back to our childhood fairy tales. Number 2. Malawi is a country in Africa and its capital is Lilongwe. As part of a conservation project, elephants in the country are being relocated to safer national parks. Hundreds of elephants are being shifted to protect them from the threats of poaching and the loss of habitat, and of course to reverse the decline in their numbers. 500 elephants from Malawi's Liwonde and Majete national parks are being moved to Katokata Wildlife Reserve. Since elephants are incredibly social animals, they are always moved in family groups so that they have the best chance of resettling in their new homes. Number 3. Engineering students in Jaipur, as part of their social activities, are trying to bring happiness in the lives of people living in slums. What comes to your mind when you hear the word slums? Beautiful may not be the first. Well, uncleanliness is another aspect that defines slums, and these students have installed dustbins and are educating the residents not to litter their surroundings. Besides, they are also painting the walls to make them look more beautiful. That doesn't sound very complicated, right? And all it requires is initiative. So if you think it, just do it. And now for our mega matter. The inhabitants of a tiny island, Antia, on the Greek island of Evia, have for thousands of years been using a language that resembles the whistling sound used by birds to communicate with each other. It's a mysterious language in which complex conversations are done in the form of whistles. It's called Cyfria and is a highly endangered language, as there are only 6 people left who can actually speak it. Since whistling is different from speech, messages in Cyfria can travel up to 4 kilometers across open valleys, or around 10 times farther than just shouting. It's remarkable how language has changed over time. Perhaps it was even more sophisticated before. Maybe those that practiced this whistling language were musical. Maybe they lived far apart from each other, so had to find a language that can echo well. Or maybe they lived in nature and wanted to sound harmonious. Today's word of the day is moral. That means something that's concerned with right or wrong behavior. Generally, we judge people by how much fun they are to be with, their intelligence, or even their moral behavior. And finally, for our quote of the day, moral codes adjust themselves to the new changing environmental conditions. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?